Today we're going to Elgol and the road to Elgol. Cracking job. I mentioned that Skye is just one big bog. All I'm doing at the moment is bog trotting. Got the wrong shoes on and my feet are soaking wet. If you come in here, make sure you've got a good pair of wellies on or hiking boots if you come to Skye. Feet are soaking. Look at that. Soaking wet. Great thing about this place is you drive along and you see awesome things by the roadside. We're just driving along the Elgol Road, which is over in that direction and then that direction, and I've just moved down to the bank here, and this is the composition that we're going for. There's a lovely reflection of the Cully mountain range in the background in the water. White house in the middle distance. 10 stops on, we're shooting at 20 seconds because we're shooting more into the light, and I'm winging this. What I'll do is I'll shoot at 20 seconds and then if it's overexposed I'll bring it down a little bit. I'm not putting ND grad or anything on the lens, I'm just shooting with a circular 10 stop just to show people that if you've not got a certain kit and you've got, let's say, just a 10 stop screw in, that you should be able to get a decent shot. Let's have a look at this in live view, and yeah, that histogram's great. So we winged that 20 seconds because and again, we're right next to the road, you could spend all day here. Light's flat, but this little tarn just gives things a little bit more interest. And if I wasn't going to Elgol, which we want to get to, I could stay here for another 2 hours and take some really nice little compositions. So we've just been driving over from where we were shooting before to Elgol, and we found a nice little bay before Elgol, and we're shooting in this direction over towards the hills now. Again, the problem is the light is too diffuse to get anything interesting on the hills, but we're not going to go without a shot. So I set up at f11 with 30 seconds on a 10 stop with the soft grad, and we've taken the shot, and this is the shot up now. Finally made it to Elgol, and the light is just right for the hills at the back, sun behind us, and there's the Cully range. We're just going to walk down. Beautiful place is Elgol for the right type of shot. Wow is a understatement. Hear that lady say wow, she's right, wow. And the issue you got is what do you call it in these rocks? They're not easy to walk over. All in the skate for a good day. So we've come to the coast line, or the beach I should say, at Elgol, and this is a composition we're taking. I've got the 10 stop on. Now, some people don't like 10 stop shots, but I do, and I want to really create a moody foreground with the harshness of the rocks at the back. So I want to soften the water off. It's dead simple. 20 seconds at f9. The only thing that we can really talk about here is the composition of the shot, and what I've got is I've got my rocks as a leading line interest here on the right, and then we've got that little promontory on the top right hand corner, which is part of the top of the mountain, and then the mountains in the background as the background shot. And the tide is coming in at a rate of knots, and this is where I'm sat. talking to you. Let's go 30 seconds. We are going to have to move in a minute. This is literally, this is how close I am to the water's edge. But if you want the shot, you do it, don't you? And 1 foot's in the water. And the camera's getting wet, and if I don't sit up in a minute, I'm going to get wet. This will be the last shot in this location. That's the shot done. Check it. Yeah, happy with that. And this is the image on screen now. So I'm still getting wet feet. What I've done is I've recomposed the shot ever so slightly and just pulled into the mountains. Still got some foreground interest. Moving my stuff in case it gets washed away. Still got some foreground interest to the rocks, but I've just pulled in to the mountains a little bit more, taken all the sky out, just got a central shot. And we're shooting at f9 and we're on the same 30-second exposure as we were with the last shot. As this shot's cooking, you can just see where the tripod is, see where the water is. And this is the one where the seconds seem forever taking the shot. Because it's one big wave and we get a wet camera. So we've got the 24-70 on the camera. And we're shooting at 50mm at f9. There you go, you see? Oh, we might have lens water on the lens now. I have to check. Yeah. Balls. I had to move out the way of the water. And I hope I got the shot. If I have, this is it. Up here. Just moved the camera around. We were shooting over in that direction. People are waiting for the light to hit the top of the mountains, but I've moved around and I'm shooting into the sun to the island across the bay, and I don't know the name of the island. Got 10 stop on and then 9.9 grad on the front. We're just taking a 30-second test exposure. And the 30-second test exposure looks good, to be honest. Check the histogram. Spiking out on the right hand side. So I'm going to take 25 seconds and then I'll pull that back in Lightroom. I'll get away with that spike. It's you can see what's flashing. It's the actual sun on the water, and if I put a grad over that in Lightroom, it'll pull it back, but we'll take a 25-second one just to be certain. That looks nice, mate. So that's Elgol done, and I think we've got the 2 shots that you can get here. One of the culling range over there and the other one of the island over there. The only thing I can think of is over there to the right. You can get around the headland and get more mountain shots. But we're not walking around the headland today. We are taking a trip home for a cup of tea, a bacon butty, and some whiskey.